Hello, it's Reija and welcome to another video. Today it's time for another Top 5 Wednesday and today's topic is books that you have removed from your TBR or to be read pile. And I just thought that this was a very refreshing topic, so I was really eager to get to doing it. And Top 5 Wednesday is a Goodreads group that is currently hosted and moderated by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, and it was originally created by Lainey from gingerreadslainey. All the links to the host channels and the Goodreads group will be in the description as per usual. But without further ado, let's get down to the topic because I'm melting here. First book that I want to mention is Ready Player One by Ernest Kline. Now, when it first came out, my friend read it, one of my best friends read it, and she had gotten, I think, the recommendation from Adam Savage. So I was pretty eager to start reading it, and we actually watched pretty much all of the movies that were referenced. So I was pretty eager to watch it. But lately I don't know. I'm kind of curious still because there's a lot of mixed reviews about it. People either seem to love it or hate it. There isn't really any like middle ground. But on the other hand, I'm just kind of over reference-heavy stuff. Last year I read Moribund, and that was so filled with references and pop culture references that it just became tiresome. And I just come to realize that that's probably not for me, so I've decided I'm probably not going to read Ready Player One by Ernest Kline. Next book on my list is Artemis by Andy Weir. And I'm a little bit disappointed by this because, well, I haven't read it, but I really liked The Martian, and I actually got like an ARC copy of this book, and I know I should read it, but at the same time, I'm just not interested at all. I've heard so many bad or mixed reviews of it, so that's kind of dampened my excitement. I might read it eventually, but for now it's been delegated to the bottom rung of my like excitement level, so I'm in no hurry to pick it up. It's probably not going to get read. At least not anytime soon. Third on my list is 4321 by Paul Auster. I had this book on loan last year, and I actually read the first 50 or so pages of it, and then I promptly decided that I'm not going to put myself through that book because it read... basically it read like... straight man's fantasy about what could be, and it's just... I'm kind of over those kinds of narratives where it's basically about one man complaining about their place in the world, and they literally have no good reason to be complaining about, and I was just I know those kinds of people in real life, so I don't need to be reading about them. So I'm not going to. Fourth on my list is Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan McGuire, and this is pretty hard for me to admit, but it is because I'm just not that into the whole Wayward Children franchise. I'm loving that it exists. I love talking about the first book, even though it wasn't my favorite. I love the things that it explores. I love that people have found it and that people are loving it. But I just wasn't all that into it, and I've not had any real excitement towards the other books in the whole novella series. So I've just decided that I'm not probably going to read them. They're just not for me. I don't feel like I'm necessarily the target audience. But I'm glad they are out there. I'm just not drawn to them anymore. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to read Down Among the Sticks and Bones because it is a more goth, more like Victorian goth inspired story. But BookTube SFF Awards came and went, I didn't manage to read it, and now I have no motivation to do it. So there goes that. And finally on my list is Waking Guards by Sylvain Neuvel, and this is pretty much the same as with Down Among the Sticks and Bones. It was nominated for the BookTube SFF Awards, I didn't manage to get around to it, and BookTube SFF Awards came and went, and now I have no motivation to read it. I semi-liked the first book, it was like a 3-star read, pretty interesting, but to be honest, I wasn't super keen on continuing on with the series, and I haven't really thought about the first book much. I don't have any inclination to reread it. It was kind of those fun bubblegum action-packed pulp stories that you read one time and you have a good time and then it's over. So yeah, not gonna bother with the second one. There are so many books that I've more interest in reading. So these are the 5 books that I have removed from my TBR. What are some books that you have removed from your TBR? Care to enlighten me on those? Maybe I want to read them. Talk to me in the comments, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye bye!